Hi, Coach Nick here from Four Horsemen Strength and Conditioning. For our power lifters, we just finished up a phase of 10s and we're getting ready to move into a new cycle of 8s. So we want to show you guys how to adjust your training maxes accordingly so that we can increase progress throughout this long 16-week cycle, okay? So simply what we're going to do is we're going to take that AMRAP that we did on the last set of the 3rd week, okay, and we're going to subtract however many reps was our goal. So whatever that goal range was for that entire 3-week block, we're going to subtract that, and then we're going to multiply it by a number depending on if we're doing an upper body or a lower body. So I'm going to write it out, and then we're going to do some examples so that you guys kind of get the idea. All right, so we're going to take the reps from AMRAP, we're going to subtract the goal reps for that block. So for this block, it was 10. The new block that we're going into are 8s. And you guys are going to figure out exactly what it is. It'll come out in the email. But for this previous block, it was 10s. All right? And then we're going to times it by a multiplier. All right? And that multiplier is going to be different for our upper body, our bench, and our press compared to our lower body, our deadlift and squat. Okay? So times multiplier. We'll just write multiplier. All right, at that point, we're going to take that answer and we're going to add it to our old training max. Okay, so add that to training max. This now becomes our new training max going into the next 3 cycles, or the next 3 weeks, rather. Okay, so for example, to make things easy, let's pretend that I have a 220 pounds squat. That's my true 1 rep max. Based off of the previous, we took 10% off of that, so I would have came out with basically a 200-pound training max. This is what I started the cycle with right here. After 3 weeks, I went and I hit my AMRAP, and I got 15 reps, okay? So the math here would be my reps from my AMRAP, that would be 15, minus the goal was 10, so this gives me 5, all right? I would times this by the multiplier, and then I would take that number and add it to my old training max of 200 to give me a new training max. For the next 3 weeks, okay? This is why it was really important for you guys to go for broke on these AMRAPs so that we can get a really good new training max going into the 8 weeks. So, in this example, let's talk about the multipliers now. Our multipliers for deadlift, and squat are going to be anywhere from 5 pounds to 2.5 pounds. Our bench or our press are going to be anywhere from 2.5 to 1 pound. Okay, these are pounds. Why a big range? For some of you newer guys that are out there that haven't been doing a ton of lifting, a 5 might be a little bit more realistic. You can make bigger jumps. If you add this 5s and you know that you can't lift that, then maybe a 2.5 increase would be better. Same thing here, 2.5 to the 1 pound. Another reason you might want to do that is that this might be a little bit more realistic for heavier athletes or even men. The 2.5 and the 1 pound increase per rep might be more appropriate for females, okay? Smaller body frames, adding this 5 right on top of this, especially if you got 10 reps here, that would be 50 pounds onto your training max. That might take you well above what you're already capable, And so going into the 8s, that might be really difficult, all right? I am in the personal opinion, along with a lot of other strength experts, that slower progress is better. And so, you know, if you look at this 5 and it seems a little bit unreasonable, it's not a terrible thing to then increase that multiplier by 2.5 or maybe somewhere in between, okay? This is our range for the upper body. 5 pound to 2.5, the upper body, your bench and your press, 2.5 to 1, okay? So let's actually do this for the squat here, and I'll show you how this all looks. All right, we're gonna use these same numbers. My training max from this last cycle was 200 pounds. So I take the reps from the AMRAP. I said I got 15, I minus 10, which is the goal. That gives me 5. I'm gonna take that 5, times it by the multiplier. Again, we said for upper body, or upper body's 2.5 to 1, lower body's 2.5 to 5 pounds. So I'm talking about my squat here. I think I'm a badass. I'm gonna times it by 5. That's 5 pounds. All right, that gives me 25-pound increase. I'm gonna take that 25 pounds, add it to my old training max of 200. That gives me a new training max for the next 3 weeks, the 8th, as a 225. This is now the max that I'm gonna base all of my numbers for my squats for the next 3 weeks going into this cycle, okay? We could do this here with bench. This would be very similar. All right, and let's say I got, we'll choose a different number here. Let's say I got 17, all right? I got 17 minus the 10. That means that I've got 7 reps in the bank. We'll do bench press here, so 1 pound per for the smaller ladies. All right, that gives me 7. That's 7 pounds, 7 reps times 1 pound, 7 pounds added to my max of 200. The new training max going into the new cycle is 207 pounds, okay? It's a pretty easy formula. After the next 3 weeks, instead of this being a 10, it'll be 8. Because our next training cycle are gonna be 8s. So it's always your reps from the AMRAP in week 3, minus whatever that goal set is, all right? So it's gonna be 10s, 8s, whatever we go to after that, 6s, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s, times the multiplier, 5 to 2.5 pounds for lower body, 2.5 to 1 pounds for upper body. Take that number and add it to the training max that you used for the cycle before, gives you your brand new training max going forward. If you guys got any other questions, please shoot us an email. I want to make sure that you guys get this. Like I said, always err on the side of being a little bit more conservative. All right, if these numbers come out insanely crazy, shoot us an email. I'll double check your math for you. Other than that, keep pushing these AMRAPs every week. Push them, push them, push them, push them. That's how you guys are going to get stronger. Again, thanks to you for trusting us with all of your training needs. Feel free to shoot us an email. All your videos, PRs, new lifts, anything, you know, shoot them on over to us. We really enjoy seeing that stuff. Stay strong.